So before Don Bosco received that altar from the Archbishop, he was using this wardrobe altar in his room, very simple. All of the vestments you see are his. He used them for Mass, the books, etc. This is where he had his ecstasy, his levitation. Salesians saw him celebrating Mass at this altar in the rooms where his bedroom was, levitating off the floor, suspended in the air, the mystical side of Don Bosco. Let's not reduce Don Bosco to a soccer-playing cool guy with our young people. Of course he was that, but he was a lot more. He was a mystic of the first degree. This intimacy, this relationship with God, you know. Here we have the original pulpit for the Buonanotte. I'm not going to step up in this one, because they'll send me back in a wooden box to Toronto if I do. It's pretty fragile, it's pretty simple, but think of how many thousands of hearts were inspired and moved and uplifted from this simple means of social communication. And what do we do today to get the message out? Huh? Lastly, behind Father Leon, I like to call this the Factory of Holiness. This is Don Bosco's confessional that was in the Church of Francis de Sales, where he would spend 3 hours a day confessing the boys. Imagine Dominic Savio here, and Don Bosco here, or John Borrell here, and Mama Margaret there. The Factory of Salesian Holiness. Why? We know for Don Bosco the insistence he put on the Eucharist and the Sacrament of Reconciliation. Think that here in Valdocco, 14 people who lived here are venerable, blessed, saints, or martyrs. 14. That's no coincidence. And we owe a lot of that to what happens here, which provokes us. You know, in our youth ministry, how do we present confession? How do we make it available? How often do I go to the altar of God's mercy? Think that Don Bosco confessed to Cafasso, the same confessor, same spiritual guide for 22 years. So do I have a regular confessor? Do I go? With what level of openness? These are the provocations that this simple little confessional leaves for us. Okay? We move into this room. Up to here, saints, blesseds, martyrs who lived in Valdocco. And then we come beyond the wall, and we enter the vast worldwide of Salesianity. Here are various saints, blesseds, martyrs who did not live in Valdocco. So obviously, first of all, the Mary Mazzarello. This carpet here was hand-stitched by her for the church in Nizza. I see this, the Polish martyrs are generating justified excitement. I love talking about them. 5 young men, teenagers, one 21 years old from Poznan, from the oratory, taken by the Gestapo to Dresden concentration camp. They made those playing cards in prison from the material they found. Okay? In the book, they wrote They wrote each other inspiring messages. I can't talk about it because it's too hard. In the book, they wrote each other messages in a code language. So nobody understood. Remember the celebrations for Dominic Savio's feast at the oratory? Stay strong. Mary, help of Christians, won't abandon us. Keep the faith. They encourage each other. The last letter, the handwritten letter, is very, very powerful. Dated the 24th of the month, August, from Eduardo. There's 5 martyrs. We only have 4 photographs. That they maintained a spirit of joy and playfulness in a concentration camp is already exceptional. The letter is really deep. Hi, everybody at home, Mom, Dad, everybody, I love you, I'm fine. Don't worry about me, really, I'm okay. I've been to confession, I'm good with the Lord. I know they'll kill us soon, but really, I'm serene. Don't worry about me, I'm good. Love you lots, Eddie. And then a few days later, they were all beheaded. the joy and the optimism and the holiness we need to educate in our young people is not all about, birthday cake and balloons. It's the kind of depth that can sustain them even amidst the worst of life's horror. That's the challenge. I find those young mission martyrs very, very inspiring. Here we have relics of the Spanish martyrs. It was illegal to say Mass in the Spanish Civil War. They said Mass anyway in their friends' houses using those chalices, and they were killed. So the blood of Christ and the blood of the martyrs spoken to us by the same chalices. Blessed Zati, soon to be Saint Zati. And then, of course, anyway, from around the world. Zeferino Namankura. The vastness of our holiness as a family. Okay, that's the impact of this. If we come into this room over here,